ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, AirsoftAls, and it's time. A new faction was recently introduced, which a lot of people have been questioning how the United States was a part of the Otaku Nation, or how it was part of the mainland Asia. Well, for canonical purposes, the creators and I were talking, as well as a few other people from Texas. And I want you guys, and before I continue, I want you all, if any Texas viewers watching, to stay seated, stay calm, do not overreact, and for the rest of you who is not in Texas, brace yourselves for the biggest ego boost we're probably going to get from Texas. The faction that was recently introduced was in fact the new Texan Republic. Still here. Guns are still here. Huh. Well, you know. Guess I really didn't do anything. Anyway. Yes, that's right, guys. The new faction that is actually Texas is, in fact, the new Texan Republic. The new Texan Republic is what controls the bottom half of the United States. Now, before I continue any more, how did this form? Well, if you know the real world Texas, you know that they love the idea of independence. They love the idea of succeeding from the Union and becoming independent, being the Lone Star State that is the great state of Texas. Now, of course, as to God knows pushing the egos of Texans even further, you're probably wondering, how did this republic form? Or how did the new Texan Republic form? Well, it formed during the chaos of Y2K. And during the chaos of Y2K, Texas, being Texas, was prepared for it. They're farmers, they're cowboys, they are the Lone Star State. They were prepared for it. Because of how many fucking guns are down there, they were able to take control of Texas in 1 month, which was January. And for 3 months, and after January, for 3 months afterwards, they were able to take control of the state and become a new republic. Now, if you're kind of curious as to who's leading the republic, oh boy. I'm kind of curious how much of an ego boost this is going to cause, but once again, everyone brace yourselves. The president of the new Texan Republic, hold on one sec. We're all ready? Okay. The president of the new Texan Republic is none other than Ronald Reagan. I thought that usually... God, the ego! The ego! Excuse me for a second while I go and collect myself.
A few moments later.
Thank you for waiting. Yeah, what you just saw there was an ego explosion from Texas. I wasn't expecting it. Apparently Texans love Ronald Reagan. Who knew? But yes, the president of the new Texan Republic is in fact Ronald Reagan. The greatest man to ever live. May he rest in peace. And yes, to say the least, that he in fact helped form the Texan Republic would be a laughable matter, considering that he himself is a proud Texan and that he himself basically helped form politics. Now, if I may. As for the military, well, it's kind of your standard military. There's the standard army, and then, of course, there's the Rangers. Yes, the Texas Rangers, Sam Houston's Rangers, are back, and they are the frontline forces. And what's actually kind of funny is that the way, if you're kind of curious how Texas is viewed by the rest of the world, well, by mainland Asia, mind you, as well as the otakus, one of my best friends actually had a conversation with me, and he actually had to ask me, what was the otaku's policies on on the military, or better yet, the best way I can describe it is, what's their viewpoint when it comes to war? I immediately had to reply in, we always send in the Texans first. Or the Rangers, whichever one really. And then of course the Survey Corps comes in after, and then of course the regular military basically comes in, cleans up a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But if you're kind of curious who the Ranger unit is, which is an all-volunteer unit, mind you, the Ranger unit that is very much so, very prolific in the Texan Rangers is the 777th HHN, or the Headhunters. Basically, they've seen it all. They were there in the aftermath of Y2K, they were there during the Reconstruction, they were there when the Texan Republic was formed. They've seen it all. And in fact, are still fighting in the conflict. Now, if you're kind of curious about the politics between the two, basically, here's what's going on. Basically, mainland Asia broker a deal with the new Texan Republic to basically say, hey, become an ally with us, allow us to come on to your sovereign nation, set up a United Nations style building, because Texas is a powerful nation, we know you will protect us pretty good, and in exchange, we'll give you technology to help you grow even more as a nation, and even strengthen your independence. Well, Reagan was like, sure, why not? Which, of course, mind you, there was more negotiation, but I just paraphrased how that whole damn thing went through. But either way, the new Texan Republic is still independent. It is still seen as a sovereign nation and a hosting nation to the what is essentially a United Nations in the center of it, which is in Dallas. Again, I can freaking hear the Texans' ego growing as I'm speaking, so I'm going to try and wrap this up as fast as I possibly can. In a literal sense, the NTR is literally one of many factions that are in the world right now. Not only that, but if you want to see the real world Headhunters, they're a paintball team. Link to their Facebook is down below, and they're pretty awesome. And of course, to anyone out there who is a fellow Texan, what do you think of the idea of Texas being the new Texan Republic, and the idea of Ronald Reagan being your president? Please let me know in the description down below. And if I left out any details as to why Texas could be independent, please let me know in the comment section down below as well. Also, to all my friends out there in Texas, and I know you are out there, Davis, and my friend York, as well as everyone else, let me know what you think of my declaration to say Texas is a new republic. Or at least to say that the Headhunters is in fact a Ranger unit with the Texas Rangers. I'd like to know. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAl. And next time, we'll be talking about Floridian, the Paradise State. Or basically Florida. Till next time.